Alright, I'm back. Let's get going with 4.2 again. No, there we go. I just want to double check the side quests that I have real quick. Hey Zahi! Welcome, how's it going? Okay, so the one about the dress, we need to go find a human female in the snow bug cave to the north of the Lion's Gate. With the dragon, we need to obtain the items to be able to make a medicine that can turn it human. That's in the ancient ice cavern. Or no. It's also in the northeastern part of the snowy mountain. Okay. We need a silver crystal. From a Shiru body noose. Okay, up over there. A fun new kanji, what's that? And then the Gelt Ceremony of Courage. Need to find sturdy vines. Well, that's not super helpful. We need straight across from the bridge. Which bridge? There are a lot of bridges in that area. We'll find out. Okay. Let's go ahead and cube over to the Lion's Gate camp, refugee camp, and get these side quests going, and then we'll handle plot. Okay. We need to go... Well... Let's look for particularly large trees across from any bridge that we cross. It doesn't look like this is it. But we also need to head over to this cave here. This one... Are you a particularly tall tree? No. Alright, we've got a cube point over here. And we need to go inside this cave and find a human female. Hey Luco, welcome. How's it going? Yep, a lot of V4 uses music from Dragon Quest IV. Alright. I am not trying to go all the way to the end of the cave, but just over here. Okay, let's talk to her first. The Sage Saddam. I haven't seen you around this area before. Not that I'm one to talk. I am just a useless sage traveling the world. Do you have some kind of business with me? Let's hear it. Let's ask, do we want to ask the sage Saddam about the human female who sold a dress to the trader? Yeah. What, was I the one who sold that gaudy dress? Or that, I guess, maybe fancy dress. It doesn't necessarily have... Golka doesn't have a negative connotation. It's context-based. So yeah, I was the one who sold it, but it wasn't mine in the first place. Before on the snowy mountains, I found a collapsed human woman that I had never seen before wearing that fancy dress. I took her in. That outfit was going to be difficult for her to move around in, and so once she had recovered, she said she was going to go buy some clothes that were easier to move around in at the Lion's Gate. And at the time, she said she couldn't really offer much else, but as thanks for taking care of her, she left her dress behind. I would never wear something like that, so I sold it to buy some provisions. The woman said she was going to travel around the world and left, and I don't know what happened to her after that. She said an incredibly ridiculous thing, that she was from the Eterne Kingdom, which was actually destroyed a long time ago, so I don't know why she would say that nowadays. It doesn't seem like there's anything else you can ask about the dress. Let's return to Shaden in the Orseko arena and report in. Okay. I'm gonna take this treasure chest. Magic beast hide. Okay. Actually, I can. Let's see. It probably would be faster to get where I'm going if I just cubed back to the Lion's Gate again. I'm gonna have to wander around some cliffs after I leave this cave, aren't I? Well, I'm still looking for targets. Monsters that I need. I hear you, Gold Divine. We all wish that this had been localized. Okay, I'm looking for a vine, strong vine from a large tree. I'm looking for a particular monster over on that side over there. DQ10 started on the Wii and then was moved over to the Wii U. It's pretty much on everything currently. Yeah, Wii is discontinued. They did that back probably around V3's release. Alright, is this the bridge? That looks like a pretty sturdy tree. That looks like a giant bear. That looks like a giant dragon. Lion's Gate, that way. Ancient Ice Cavern, that way. Okay, I'm guessing it's the different bridge. I don't know about nowadays, but back when they were doing beta tests on the browser version, it ran very poorly. Hopefully it got better. Okay. Wait a second. Let me go back across this bridge here real quick. I've just now remembered that there was something they said concerning the vines. Something like you'll know it because there will be sylphs there. And that's how you'll know you found the right place. Hey, Drastic! Welcome, how's it going? Well, I don't see any sylphs here. So I will keep searching. Hey, Gold Divine, thank you for the follow. Okay, we've got a couple other bridges to search around. Keeping an eye out for sylphs. Or a tree that gives me some kind of cursor. Yeah, ice dinosaurs over here. But not sylphs. Oh, and those guys. Let's head over here first. My current job class is warrior. This character is really heavily leveled on the melee classes, not so much on the magic. It's the exact opposite of my main character that I play off stream. Wait, are you are the sylphs, aren't you? Dark sylphs. But I don't actually have to fight them. But I've got the right place. Nice crit. And chance. Oh, I need to switch the summoner. over to the other tactic. Let's do that now before I forget. There we go. That will be much better. Okay. Well, these do look like massive trees. This one may be the biggest of them all. There we go. I can barely see that against the snow. Alright. This appears to be the tree that Ebajira was talking about. There seem to be some very sturdy vines wrapped around it that you can see above. Do you want to climb up the tree? Okay. Mel climbed up the tree, and where the branches connected, there was a strong-looking vine wrapped around it, and she like untied it or undid it. Mel's got a plant vine. Okay, so we got that. We got something we need to... I'm gonna need to go around for that one, aren't I? Ethan, thank you so much for the 222 bits! I appreciate it very much. Okay, what am I looking for? Something across the bridge. Oh, I bet it's these guys. What are you called? Yep, that's what I'm looking for. I need... Is this the one I need the silver crystal from? Seems likely. Alright, cool. I can take down their attack power. Dragon Quest X is an excellent game. You can, for those who've played it and seen some of the content and stuff, you can really see what they chose to carry into 11. And it's got an amazing story. Each expansion that it's had is the size of a full game. So right now, version 5, the fourth expansion, is still getting its story updated. Okay. I did not get what I... Oh, I did. I got the silver crystal. Let's check that out in key items. And the vine, too. Okay. That is a silver crystal. Alright. Do I have anything else on this map I need? I mean, before we go... It's so interesting that some of the really low-level monsters are still in the areas. But Dango Village does not exist yet. Let's go over and get this cube point. This cave before I head back to the Lion's Gate. I'll turn the quests in and then we'll go for the main story. I mean, the people who are creating the game are not the same people who would be localizing it. That's on Square Enix of North America, so they're the ones that you should message. Have I fought some of these before? I swear I have, yeah. No. It's okay. I don't need to fight you. You look too much like my dragon buddy. Alright. Picked up the cube point for the ancient ice cavern. Let's head back over to the Lion's Gate. 50 kanji is a lot to have learned. Keep going. Hey, Fallen. Welcome. Have a good lurk, Ethan. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks again for those bits. Alright, let's take care of the one on the bridge first. Bajira was staring down at the bottom of the cliff without moving. Do you want to hand the plant vine over to her? Yes. I'll give her the vine. Hmm? Oh, it's you. You brought back the vine, huh? Sorry I wasn't able to do it myself. Thank you. I've heard from Ango what needs to be done for the ceremony, and it's too stimulating. It's kind of too far out there. Well, all the materials are gathered, so I guess let's get this ceremony of courage underway. First, we take this vine and we tie the two ends very tightly to both the bridge and my leg. Alright, preparation set. Now, we jump! It's no good. I'm like weak in the knees. I'm supposed to jump in this kind of in this situation? You've got to be kidding me. I'm bad with heights. My legs are shaking so badly that I don't even know how much longer I can remain standing. Oh, I hate this. I'm scared. I had some kind of vague thought that this might be what would happen, but this... why does the ceremony have to be this? I'm slipping. I'm falling. Ah! What? The vine snapped? You've got to be kidding! Ouch, that sounded painful. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die. I was sure I was gonna die. I'm alive. I'm okay. It's such a wonderful thing to be alive. Oh, I thought it was all over. But I hung on to the cliff for my life and somehow managed to climb back up here. I am never gonna do something like that again. But I made it through. With this, I will become one of the brave warriors of the Gelt, right? I took the liberty of watching this from start to finish. There's a lot I'd like to say, but for the time being, I will tell you one thing. Or there's one thing I'd like you to remember. Dark sylphs are fairies of darkness who freeze plant life and make them weak. If you're seeking something strong, then you would be best off not choosing plant life that is anywhere near where they are. It would be best for you to make that knowledge your own. Choosing your tools lightly will result in bad things happening at the time of the ceremony. But your own strength has managed to get you through that danger. That one point has caused me to accept you. Congratulations, Avajira. Now you are a fully fledged Gelt warrior. Ango, At last, I've become a fully fledged Gelt warrior. Yay! I did it! Okay, and then she returns to where she is down there. Thanks so much for the host, Kiba. The restoration of the Gelt settlement is one of them, but now I have another goal for myself. No matter what happens, no matter who uses it, I am going to create a lifeline that cannot be cut with my own two hands. This may be a test of courage, but we can't have someone's lifeline snapping like it did this time anymore. Thanks for everything. It's because of you that I've been able to become a Gelt warrior. This is a thank you gift from me. Go on, take it. Alright. There we go. Yes, I think this is the origin story of the bungee spot at the Gelt settlement. Now that I think about it, before I heard the origins of this courage ceremony from Ongo. It seems that a long time ago at the Gelt Strait, there was a child who slipped and was caught partway down the cliff. This incident happened. And one of the female warriors of the Gelt, who was very courageous, tied a lifeline around her leg and desperately jumped down the cliffside in order to save the child. And ever since then, it has become a ceremony to establish oneself as a fully fledged warrior of the Gelt, like you've seen here. Well, with the ceremony that we just had, I think I understand the feelings of the child who was rescued quite well. Painfully well. Alright. Good luck! Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Alright. We need to talk to the herbalist here. Spellcaster? What? You have business with me again? I can't make the medicine without a silver crystal. Do we want to give the crystal to Gilgaran? Gilgaran. Yep. There we go. What? You defeated the Silvarinus and obtained it. That's such a reckless thing to have done. Very well. I will answer your resolve and make this medicine. But before that, I'd like to ask you one more favor. In order to make this medicine, there is one other item that is necessary. It's a special jar called a Black Curse jar. That jar should still be in the Dorando Plains, up on the eastern plateau near a small grave. If you go get it and bring it back here, then I will make that medicine. Oh. Okay, well, we have another part to the quest. Let's head over there. Where is the closest? It's probably going to be the closest to go to the docks. Or not. I thought it was gonna be on the bottom part. Okay. Well then, we're gonna cube over to the enemy camp. Hang on. Okay. There's no way to get up on the plateau from over there, so we have to head into this central area over here first. No city here. It's still kind of odd. is over here on the left. Okay, okay, I don't see a jar, but there is a little gravestone. It's a small grave. There's no name on the gravestone. There is a black jar sitting next to the grave. Do you want to take it? Yes. Alright, we've got it. Looks like an ornamental jar. Okay. Back then to the Lion's Gate. Okay. So you've returned. Did you find the jar? Yep, here you go. And I'll hand it over. This is the Black Curse jar. I guess there's no helping it. A promise is a promise. I'll make that medicine. I guess let's go with Spellmaster. Gilgaran took the Black Curse jar and put some kind of suspicious liquid and the silver crystal inside, then held his hands out to it and incanted a spell. And when he did, the jar lit up faintly and began to shake. Eventually, the jar stopped shaking, and the Spellmaster Gilgaran poured the liquid inside into a bottle. Let me warn you before I give this to you. This medicine will change a person into the form they desire, but the price paid is that the lifespan of the person who uses it will be cut down drastically. Let's see. I had an older sister. She was strong and kind, and I was proud of her, but she was turned into a monster by Gilgaran. I searched desperately for a method to return my sister to normal. And at the end of all that difficulty and suffering, I arrived at this medicine. And I was able to change my sister back to a person. But right after that happened, my sister died. It was only a long time after my sister used that medicine, or took that medicine, that I realized what the price was for using it. The worst part is that around these parts, I developed a reputation for having a medicine that could turn monsters back into people. I couldn't give them this medicine though, so I quit making it and left my hometown. All I got out of using the medicine was the despair of knowing that I took my sister's life with my own hands. If you're planning to use that on somebody, I advise you to think again. Alright, we've got this secret medicine. That poor guy. No kidding. Alright, well, let's go see if our friend still wants it. Up there on that cape. Up here and then a ways further north. I think this is the last of the side quests we currently have. All right. Just you wait. I will come to you without fail. Oh, welcome back. From that look on your face, did you manage to get that medicine that'll turn me into a human? Do we want to give the Argon Great the secret medicine? What happens if I say no? Oh, I see. It's not that I'm in a hurry or anything, but if you could get it to me as quickly as possible, I'd be happy. Okay. So there's no way to complete the quest without handing it over. Alright. Oh good. This isn't a simple Mel handed it over. She gave the Argon Great the secret medicine and told it about the effects and side effects. This is the medicine. In exchange for changing into whatever form I wish, it's going to dramatically cut down my lifespan. That's really scary. But I already have an extraordinary lifespan, extraordinarily long lifespan, so I'm sure it'll be okay. Oh, dragon buddy. Okay, so this is why the guy kept using the verb use instead of drink. It is not a drinking type medicine. The Argon Great took the secret medicine and vigorously sprinkled it all over its body. Oh! And now is named Kodoran. This is such a strange feeling. The only thing that should have changed is that I've gotten a lot smaller, but everything that I can see seems to have changed how it appears. And this smooth, pale skin, it is really cold. I finally have, I'm so moved, and yet I feel like I'm about to be blown away. Or, like I'm moved, but I feel like my joy is going to be taken away from me at this being successful. In any case, it was a success. Thank you. Take this. 4 dragon horns. Dragon doesn't need them anymore. Oh. What's that? Why was I prepared to go to such lengths to gain human form? To tell you the truth, it's a bit of an embarrassing story, but I've fallen in love with a human man. Even if I ended up losing my powers as a dragon and my long lifespan, I wanted to be together with that person. The parent who gave birth to us, or like brought us to life, Kongis. That old man said something about what's important in life, and now I feel like I understand just a little bit about what he meant. Aww. Good luck. Okay. Well, that was a twist I was not expecting, but, okay. Let me just double check. We still need to hand in the quest about the dress. Maybe we should do that first, since we're gonna have to cube at the moment anyway. Just in case I get, flung through time. She is, yes, south of here. Okay, Sharon. Damn, I'm down to eating only 1 meal a day, and why isn't this diet working? Or why is this diet failing? Is it perhaps something's not right, or I was wrong in thinking that eating sushi dessert? Who's that? Sushi dessert. No, risotto. Oh, it's a Zushiri risotto. Okay. Some kind of, risotto. I would probably be able to tell you what's in it if I'd taken the cooking profession. It just doesn't, like, burn away, or it doesn't convert correctly. Just eating the same thing over and over probably isn't very good for you. Ah, you. You're late. I've been waiting for you, and I'm through with my first round of losing weight. Did you learn where I can obtain that dress again? Let's report in what we learned. What? The person who owned that dress, their whereabouts are unknown? And you have no idea where they are or what they're doing? How could this be? Then it's going to be impossible to obtain another one, isn't it? Well, whatever the result, you did go to a distant place and investigate it for me, so thank you. Take this as your reward. Okay, cool. Well, we finished the quest. The results were unfortunate, but since this is what's happened, I'm going to have to challenge myself to sew it back up. Someday I will wear that dress again. Alright. Okay. Let me just make sure. No more side quests. Nope. Okay. Well then, we're going to the ancient ice cavern and we're gonna move on with the plot. And we can go a little further. Okay. Okay, I've fought you before. Yes, we need to go find Gilgaran. Oh, he wants to fight. What are you doing running away? You picked a fight with me first. Okay, that's one down. I did not have enough time to get out of that blast radius. Okay. Attack's been lowered. Whoa! That was really cool. Alright. Oh, yeah, we could also find these things down here in the cave as well. That's alright, we've already got the silver crystal. We do not need to fight any more of them. My father, the king, Zoltgren. I looked up to you. That's why this is so pitiable. I didn't want to see you taken down. How long do you intend to keep parading around like family? Zoltagrin's will no longer exists. You should also forget everything and become a beast. Don't take me so lightly. Who told you to come? It doesn't matter if you've got more people with you. It doesn't change anything. I will just devour you all. At very least, in the end, you will fall as the king. Alright, well... we got Gilgaran fighting with us. We'll see if it'll let me take down his attack. Oh, man! This is gonna be a rough fight. Okay, doesn't look like it's gonna be likely. Nice shield guard, Mel. You probably would have died otherwise. Oh, so much shield guard. You back off my healer? No, he changed me into the... Okay. Hey, Pickle. Welcome. How's it going? Coup de grace. No, he insta-deathed me. And stole my coup de grace. Oh, man. Cripes. Okay, this is almost up. Okay, he tried to transform me again and it missed. That's good. Oh, but then he just smacked me and it killed me. Oh, cripes. Ooh, I got a crit in that. Nice. Okay, he can be stunned. Maybe? I will just try to do that from now on. Oh, Gilgaran does it too. Nice. We have some of the same skill set. Nice dodge, Mel. He's yellow. So this week I was editing some videos and I got to the end of 4.1 and I actually took the last several boss fights in 4.1 on hard mode and they went well. So I decided to give it a try here. And it's a little rough. We have some people dying here and there, but I haven't ever felt in danger of a party wipe, so I might be able to handle it hard mode. No, I'm a pixie. Hey Mizu, welcome. How's it going? No, confused, but also knocked down. Okay, well, the confusion's gone. It's orange. Okay. He's knocked down so many people. All of the melee members of the party. Cripes. Nice crit. We gotta be close. He's gonna transform me first. Nope, confusion. And knockdown. It's fine. I can't even tell what he's doing besides running me into the side of a cliff. He wants Ayumira. Well, you can't... No. Back off. Another crit. Good job. He's mad at me, huh? Still angry. Okay, my thing disappeared. He's dead. It's like either he's dead or I'm dead. Got him. Nice! A level! 5 skill points. You shouldn't underestimate a cornered beast. You truly are worthy of being my prey. It's about time I seriously hunted you. Gilgaran! Gurie, you... I'm glad I made it in time. Gilgaran! Who's calling him? All of the warriors. To think that you were going to sacrifice your life for Orseko. Gilgaran, you were thinking of the people. You all. Everyone, now. The dance of war. Or the dance of battle. My sons. The nameplate says former King Zoltgren. I've caused you much suffering. I can no longer destroy, or I will no longer destroy that which I love. My consciousness will not remain much longer. While I am suppressing it, seal my soul with the chains. Or use the sealing chains on my soul. You truly were the king. Gurie. Gilgaran, are you there? Why? This is Goody talking. Hey, do you remember? Whenever the soldiers would pick on me, you'd come rushing in and make them scatter. Or, I guess, kick them around. And this is what you said. Your thoughtfulness is something that I don't have. This is Goody quoting Gilgaran. I will do what I can, and you will do what you can. That's what you said. That really saved me. You're so very awkward, but you love stronger than anybody. You will be a good king. I wish I could have been beside you to see it. You always worried too much. Foolish older brother. Now let's return to Orsecco. I appreciate that Mel left and gave them a moment. To the throne room. I think before I actually enter, I need both a few minutes and a tissue. So I'm sorry for the wait, but I'm gonna take a break here. Thank you all so much for joining me. We're gonna continue on with this in just a few minutes.